on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Your home of sport in the UAE.
8. Welcome back to the show, folks. Just want to give you a quick reminder of one of our competitions before we get back to Jamie and Joe. Your chance to win a £500 voucher for Joe's Backyard. It is Jumeirah Islands Clubhouse. It is a cracking little spot to watch your sports, all in conjunction with the Entertainer app, proud sponsors of Extra Time at the weekend. And it's a question we posed an hour or so back. We'll pose it again. Which female tennis star once went on an almost unbelievable 74-game winning streak? We established it was not Anna Kournikova, it wasn't her brother Alan Kournikova, and it wasn't her mother Alla Kournikova either. So which female tennis star once went on an almost unbelievable 74-game winning streak? 4001 will announce a winner in about 40 minutes time. You know the answer, Carl?
Yeah,
now you do.
I tell you what, and a lot of listeners know the answer too. So
yeah, we've had loads of messages on that tonight. Right, let's get back to the boxing. We've got Jamie Cormack, Grassroots Boxing. We've got Joe Ackery from Box IQ in with us tonight. We're talking this prize fighter league. It's a new initiative set up essentially as a platform for amateur boxers residing here in the United Arab Emirates to get a little bit of a leg up. Now, we were talking off air during the ad break there, and Joe, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit here, but that door of yours is a revolving one at Box IQ. Monster names come in and out. I follow you on social media. Tyson Fury's been a regular, and you've now got who coaching in there on a regular basis?
Well, you got Rocky, the former WBA super middleweight world champion. Scott Quigg, he's a former WBA. I think he was super bantamweight world champion. Amir Khan comes down quite a bit. Like, we've been blessed, we're lucky. We've had like a few people come through the door, so yeah.
It's amazing to lean on all those different guys. You yourself, I've seen you in action as well. You're a fine coach as well, Joe. But to have those fellas who have been there, seen it, done it on the world stage,
yeah.
You must pinch yourself on a daily basis.
Definitely, like you said, it was always a dream of mine to open a gym. Even like back in the day when we was doing the Fight and Fit, it was always in my mind, but we never had the opportunity to until now. So having all those guys come through, for me as a coach, I've been learning a lot from them and implementing it into my coaching. So
obviously we're not speaking to them directly, but you'll have had many conversations with them. Are they enthused? Are they excited by the talent pool here?
Yeah, they are, yeah. But like we said earlier, that because Dubai's growing, you're getting a lot of natural talent and even talent from overseas residing here now, just purely for opportunities for business and growth and stuff. So yeah, like they're super excited. I think Amir's doing a show as well on his own again as well. So he's starting to get back in the mix, and so like
it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's
it
good.
Really is. Yeah, we talk about the elites, and we're now talking amateurs. Answer me this: are you seeing a swathe of youngsters, and by that I mean aged 10, 11, 12, maybe up to 16? Are we seeing that talent pool?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of great talent out here. Like you said, there's a few other gyms out here, really good gyms as well. Like everyone gets on with each other, and some guys, some gyms focus more on the teens more than the adults. So there's a lot of great talent out here.
That's great to hear. Yeah. It's good for you, for business for you. I'm thinking, Jamie, for you, not just the next couple of years, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, you want to be a pipeline into the bright lights of whether it be Riyadh or Vegas.
Well, that's it. We're looking at Saudi later in the year. We're in talks there. We've got a Saudi boxer that's headlined one of our shows. The first Saudi boxer to headline a boxing show, and then we're in talks with going and doing something over there, more Jeddah. But we're looking at having like a night of very big fights over there. We're just in the process of getting like sort of paperwork and venues and stuff right now. So that'll put us on the map. But again, it's then getting guys from here that we can bring over there and they get that platform.
Of course.
Maybe get noticed. You mentioned young guys. We've got a 16-year-old here, an Irish kid, Jack. He's unreal. Like an unreal boxer. Like I had to pay someone to fight him. And I had to pay a man to fight him because no one wants to get knocked out by a 16-year-old. This guy's won the All-Irish, he's won All-Stars. Like he's 16. And he's 85 kg. He's massive and like technically an unreal boxer. But like we had to pay a man to fight him because we weren't getting anyone.
And did he win the fight?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah,
he said after it, like that was the first, like getting hit by a man was very different. But yeah, he comfortably won as well. So we're going to get him on further shows. We've hopefully got a guy from the UK, another national champion, who actually tried to enter our prize fight thing. Absolute ringer. Was telling me he'd had 10 fights.
Right, because you boys were saying that as well. Because you're dangling 30,000 dirhams, which is an awful lot of money, you've seen a few fellas who perhaps have gone pro at once upon a time, trying to sneak their way in. You've got to be careful of that, right?
Well, we've got loads of messages, people from the UK from out with, like, I'm technically not letting anyone without an Emirates ID on the show.
Good.
Because it's like, it's for people here. That's the point in it. But then we had, like, we were saying that to you before, we had a guy turn up who's not had any boxing fights, but he'd had like 50 odd MMA fights. Like, we're not letting you get in with our guys, you're going to hurt them. And you can see this holding back, and it's like, when we put him in with better guys, it started coming out, and like, obviously you can see where the skill level is. But that's what we've done, and the benefit of having all of these like great coaches and ex-pros in the gym. We had everyone's eyes on it. Like, Scott came over to me during it and said, nah, watch him. Amir said a few different things. Joe spotted every ringer. He spotted it before anybody coming in. But it's good having that. So this is fair, what we're doing.
And it legitimises what you're doing
as
well, because you live and die by this being quote unquote above board.
Yes.
You know, for this to be safe, and again, that kind of leads on nicely to the next question. In terms of the powers that be, the boxing, various federations and associations, they're all on board with this. Everyone likes the idea in theory.
Yeah. So we've got a really good relationship with the judges and with the boxing federation. Like, they support us. Jose over there supports us massively. They send their guys to referee, judge, and do all the shows. The prize fighter thing, I'm going a step further. I've got a sports masseuse company, DXB Sports Massage. They're coming in, so they'll massage the guys between fights, because you could end up fighting 3 times in one night. We've got ice baths and saunas and like Normatec boots. We're going to have a meal prep company, all food and that. So the guys on the night will be looked after. We're going to work with the guys, the show I'm fighting on, the GBO. They're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to get like brain scans for amateurs as well, because that's not a thing at the moment. Pros do brain scans, amateurs don't.
Like medical cards, like a medical card system to sort of rank fighters, where you could see, like, say Jamie's had 4 fights, you would see it on a record. Jamie's had 4 fights, won 3, lost 1. And then
so legitimise.
And then for the obviously for the prize fight thing, again, I'm doing knockout bonuses in every fight. So I want to make sure guys' brains are actually okay. So I'm going to make them all get a brain scan before the show. Like, that's like no brain. You've got to do that. Like, you have to. And we'll have like backup guys as well in case somebody gets injured or that throughout the night. But really trying to look after the fighters on the night.
And what about venues? Because you've got a prize fight and obviously the different weight categories: September, October, November, and then March next year. Am I right with that? Which venues are we looking at?
So we try to do it. I'm trying to get venues that no one else is using. Like, there is typical venues like Agenda or the Marquee. Like, people go and do boxing fights there. I've got a really good relationship with Dubai Golf. So Dubai Golf, we are sort of the only combat sports event there at the moment. We go at JG Emirates Golf Club with both of them.
And then Creek.
So we're going to go about that. There is talk at the moment with a gym in Abu Dhabi where we do a Dubai versus Abu Dhabi show next year. Brilliant. Which will be quite cool. And that we'll partner with other gyms on that. It won't just be us. We'll go to the gyms in Dubai, we'll pick the fighters, match the weight, and we'll go and batter everyone in Abu Dhabi. Like, it's going to be, I believe our talent pool is better, so that's going to happen.
It's already started. The fighting talk's already started.
And then we've got the W on the PAM. We're doing something really cool there, where we start the fights in the afternoon, Vegas style. The fights will finish at 10 p.m. and then there's a nighttime pool party. So everybody, and everybody,
for that.
If you buy a VIP table, you'll have a pair of shorts or a swimsuit on the table for you to get changed into. Fantastic. We're going to like add little bits like that.
Trying to turn this place into Las Vegas.
Quickest 10 grand you spent in that, Chris.
That will be. I'll be sure I'm messaging Jamie to get a freebie as well. You know I love a freebie, Carl. Listen, Joe, for you, in the last couple of minutes with you boys, in terms of box IQ, you've said it, you've taken it a long way in the decade. What does the next 10 look for you? What's Joe Ack? Are you looking legitimately to coach champions, world champions?
Like, it's always been a goal, you know. Like it's to be honest, I don't really know, mate. I'm not sure.
Still loving it.
Still love it. Yeah, I love it. I love going to work every day and like padding people and just, you know, coaching and stuff. But yeah, I don't really know, mate, to be honest.
I always find it, and it probably explains why I don't really step foot, as all of you boys well know, into gyms all that much. Is it a welcoming environment? Because there will be people listening to this.
Yeah,
are you welcoming? If anyone has never even laced up a glove, can they come down and check it out?
Yeah, that's mainly the foundations that we look for, right? Because we want the grassroots, we want the keep fitters, because they essentially keep the cogs turning, right? So we have the elite athletes, the elite boxers, but it's good for us to be around them but they doesn't pay the bills, let's put it that way. So,
and put it like this as well, Joe, I've spoken to a lot of people, our very own Robbie, one of them. Once you catch the boxing bug, it's, I mean, Jamie, you're a walking embodiment, an example of that. Yeah. You picked up the sport 3 years ago and you're now promoting boxing events, for goodness sake. Talk about being bitten by the bug.
Yeah. It's just, well, it gets older and being in a gym like that. Like I went home there. I was sparring lads. One of the lads, a Scottish novice champion. Like, don't get me wrong, they're nice lads, but you go to gyms at home and you're getting thrown in, and there isn't that friendliness.
No.
Whereas in Box IQ, no one's taking the piss. They're not trying to batter you. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting battered by some of the pro lads like Mike and that because they're trying to bring me up, and you're going in with that. But I'm experienced enough to go in and sort of deal with that and take a lesson from a hiding.
Yeah.
Whereas we're not doing that to lads that have just stepped their foot in, even if they do say, "Oh, I can spar." Like, I won't name names, but we had a lad who told us he'd had a few fights. He hadn't. He's been back down a few times. He's been put on his arse a few times, and it's dangerous. And obviously, there's places in the world and there's gyms here that people do get battered when they go down because people are taking liberties. But that's you're going to number one make someone not want to come back, which you don't want. You don't know if that person can then get into it. And like when I first walked through the door, Joe will tell you I was absolutely terrible. But it's a learning curve. If I'd been getting battered the first few times, I maybe wouldn't have come back. Like, I'm Scottish and we've got that stubborn mentality, so I probably would. But you need that that friendliness and the want for people to succeed and be nice.
You do. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that in part explains why boxing is thriving in this part of the world. The welcoming environments, the great facilities like in Box IQ, and the fact there is a real camaraderie to it all as well. Now, you've got an opponent potentially. It's not set in stone that you're fighting this young man, is it? Yet.
Nah, we will. When I win and if he wins this weekend,
you're going to be fighting one another.
Yeah.
Right, that is Adam Dean. He works for our sister station, Virgin Radio. Now, I think he had seen my social media that you were popping on tonight, or maybe your own social media, Jamie. He said, "Do you want me to stay?" I said, "Adam, you've had a long, hard day. You skittle off now, but leave a voice note for Jamie." And he's done just that. Fighting talk here. Here we go. So here's Adam's message to you, Jamie.
Jamie, I know you're a busy man, but you better be training because I'm training, and let's give the people a good show. After, let's get some shawarma.
Oh, come on, he's too nice.
Yeah, it was nice, and I thought it was going to be. It's him that sort of called me out as well.
That's too nice. I was expecting some proper fighting talk. He's obviously got wind that you mean business, Jamie, right?
Yeah, we'll see that this Friday.
Oh, I love it.
I heard a bit of fear in that voice.
I did.
Get a shawarma off, come on.
We'll get a shawarma. I think it's 1-0 Jamie Cormack. Adam, I know you'll be listening. I jest, my friend. It's going to be a cracking fight. So, for anyone listening to this that wants to know more about the shows you're putting on, a little bit more about Grassroots Boxing, where are you sending them, Jamie?
Over our socials, grassrootsboxing.me. There's loads of stuff on there. We're posting regularly, ramping up with different videos. We've got IFL TV coming in this week, so doing a load of stuff with them. Something I do want to mention I forgot about, we sort of referenced Vegas a little bit, and where we're trying to bring that element, we're partnered with Portal Sociify, which is it's like a social app for people. They can go on and book tables, go to find out where their friends are, where they're going. So they're going to do our tables.
Brilliant.
But within that, you can have a wallet that can have crypto or fiat. And we're going to have all the fighters can have wallets. So then at our fights, the fighters' wallets will be on the screen. So if I'm sat with you and you like a fighter and I like a fighter, I'll be like, put your money where your mouth is. Back your fighter. Nice. You can tip your fighter live on screen. So the guy's getting a little bit of an extra bonus. And if your head's down in the corner and someone's just tipped you $5,000, you might try a little bit harder. So, they're facilitating all of our table bookings and stuff as well, which is good. And the fact that they added this element in, it's the future. It's cool.
A little bit of crypto sprinkled in as well.
Chris, you should get that in the radio studio, mate.
I know I should. Tell me about it. Yeah, you could rank. You and me essentially be out of a job, I think, if that was the case. Right, so that's where you're heading. And your next big show, the one that you're pushing people to, tickets on sale?
Tables at the moment. 4th of July, we're waiting on the permit for the tickets because we moved venue. We were at Emirates Golf Club. We've moved to JGE.
Okay, so that is 4th of July.
4th of July,
it's going to be spicy hot as well.
There's aircon in there. It's all right.
I'll be down there watching it. Bless you, Jamie. Top man, thanks for popping in. Mate. And for you, Joe, just keep fighting the good fight. Box IQ mate. Continuing to smash it. And Rocky Air is legit. Rocky's down there most days, right?
Yeah, every day. Every day Rocky's there.
Pinch yourself moments. You've got world champions in Box IQ. Where are you sending people to find out more about Box IQ?
Yeah, again, to socials, check out Box IQ, Instagram, and it's got all of our sort of classes and everything on there.
You can find it all there. Joe is a good man, so he is one of the good guys. There's no doubt about that. Right, we're late. Big thanks to Joe. Big thanks to Jamie.
Thank you so much.
We'll be covering these fellas a little bit more detail as the weeks and months progress. Right, when we come back, from boxing to golf, cracking initiative taking place right down at Top Golf. We'll give you the full details when we come back. Stay tuned.
Your ARN News.
Good evening, I'm Noni Edwards. The UAE's summoned the